Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338. Also, Biffid, Biffid @yahoo.com. Comment, you want a reading, you want to discuss a certain topic on the show, by all means, let me know. If you have any suggestions, email me, text me. Don't worry either way, and don't worry about getting harassed. I'm not that type of guy. There you have it. And I listed it on Facebook this morning that Anthony Williams was going to be here today. However, now that I think I got confused. It's next week. I thought it was this week, so I didn't line anything else up. I didn't put feelers out or anything, like I say, because I thought Anthony was going to be sitting to my left here. But that's going to happen next week. Anyway, so naturally, this week, we have our inspirational quote, of course. We have fun facts, which are pretty cool today, I think. Well, I think they're all pretty cool, but interesting today. And so seeing as, no guest today, again, voila, just me for the whole hour. Of course, it will go by like that as usual. I have a different crystal ball today. It's so busy. It's a little bit sleepy, but not bad. Excuse me. We'll get items out of it. And then I have my trusty psychic oracle cards. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. It's the energy lady. I missed you last week.
Last week I missed you for about a month, energy lady. What's going on? Where have you
I couldn't
been?
get a hold of you. Gina talks to you, this one, that one, so I couldn't get a hold of you.
Yeah, but what about the other 3 weeks? This is, I think, the 2 weeks ahead of that.
I don't know. I couldn't get through.
Because it's like I was getting worried. It's like, what happened to the energy lady? Because
I went inside your crystal ball.
There you go. You must have went inside and got stuck once you got in there.
Yeah, I see you one day going to Ireland, climbing the stones.
It's funny you said that because my sister, she sends me care packages. That's what I call them, care packages now and then. So I get this box from her on Saturday, and what's in it? And I never seen anything like it. It was made in Australia, but a candle with crystals in the candle. And one of them, I think, look sort of like, oh God, it's the gold stuff. But they're tiny little crystals. Another one looks like it might be a small amethyst. And the other one is, it's killing me. I can't think of it.
Is it Fu Man's Go?
No, I don't have any of that. And then she sent me this other little box. It's cute. It's 6 little Sears crystals. One of those. Yeah, one of those. It's amethyst, regular clear crystal, orange calcite, blue calcite, and I forget the other one. But I thought that was pretty cool. But the candle, I never seen a candle with crystals in it.
What's the other one look like that you can't think of?
The other what?
You said you can't think of what the other one is.
I know. Well, it's like 9 crystals, all at once. So I'm trying to think of the small crystals, but I kind of like it. So I've been lighting the candle because I figure whatever, the energy that the crystals hold, it'll permeate the environment, with the aroma.
Oh.
But have you ever heard of that? A candle with crystals in it?
Well, not really.
Me either.
No, it's something different. It must be something new they come out with.
Yup.
So each crystal means something. The pink is for the heart,
Yeah.
right? And then you get the amethyst, that there is for peace.
Yeah.
And then you got the white one for purity.
Yeah. And
And
I forget the other one. I think the other one is orange. Yeah, it's orange. The other one is orange. But I'm not exactly sure what it is. I forget.
I don't know.
Me either. I know.
Orange is for Ireland, Frank said.
There you go. Right. Wouldn't that be the green one? No?
The orange.
Yeah.
What's the Irish flag?
Green, white, and orange.
Right. The Italian is green, white, and red.
You know, my mother was Sicilian, and I don't even know that. Imagine.
It's true. It's true. I have it.
I believe you. I believe you.
Sicilian, that's where my grandmother came from. Sicily.
So, well, so did mine. Imagine, isn't that something? Wow.
And they have some beautiful places in Sicily.
Some,
Hey, I could be related to her and you don't know it.
that's right. We could be related. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you know that saying, it's a small world.
And that's right. And that's why you always talk good and do the right things because you never know who's around you.
That's right.
Beware.
Exactly. I know. Hey, I'm looking in this crystal ball as we're speaking now. So who's got the doctor's appointment coming up? I see a doctor's appointment not too far away.
Me.
There you go.
And me and my husband.
Really? Well, I see a doctor's appointment there.
And who do you see, a female or a male?
I mean, see a female or a male what?
For a doctor's appointment.
Well, actually, I don't. What I see is I'm seeing like a respiratory thing. So it's male nor female. That's what.
The male.
What?
Wait a minute. Could be me.
Respiratory, me.
That's the male.
Oh, is it? All right. Well, that's what I have. But anyway, plus, I'm getting loud and clear here. The letters J-M, if that means anything. J-M.
Yeah.
Wow. So, see, unbelievable. I kept wondering, I go, where's the energy lady? I haven't heard from her in like a month since we were at the old studio.
Well, I've been trying to get a hold of you, but it seems like you're always running away with your ball. I see you go to Ireland one day.
You see me going there?
Yep.
Well, I always want...
Something with rocks, something with climbing to this building.
Wow, I don't know anything about that, but...
Maybe you're going to the Barney Castle.
No,
Blarney, I mean.
but... and kiss the Blarney Stone?
Right.
I don't know, but if you're seeing mountains, next month I'm going on vacation. So
Yeah, I'm seeing something with that.
I'm flying over a ton of mountains.
Don't fall on one.
Hopefully the plane won't either. Hopefully the plane won't
You'll
either.
be fine.
Oh,
You're
I
going
know.
on an adventure that you never experienced.
Wait, say that again. I'm going...
On an adventure that you never experienced.
That's right. Exactly. I am. I'm going to... I wasn't going to tell anyone, but seeing as you can see it and feel it, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me take a sip of water. I'm going to Buenos Aires.
Oh, wow.
So that...
South America, no wonder I see all that.
See? So there's all the mountains because we're flying over the mountains. The only thing... So I paid for the trip like in December. As soon as I booked the trip, I paid for it. But the only thing is I'm flying down on, I booked it through Expedia, you know, and then you book the flight, you choose the flight, and then I'm flying down on, are you ready? Copa Airlines, which I didn't know what that was, but Copa Airlines, it's the airlines, it's Colombia, owned by the Colombian government. It's like, oh.
Is that a new plane? I heard a new plane was coming into Manchester.
No, I'm flying out of
Yeah.
Logan. I'm flying
Oh,
out of
Logan.
Right. Well, Buenos Aires, it's South America, so Manchester's not international.
Yeah. Well, how come they always say Boston, Manchester?
Well, it's just to name it so you know where it is. Manchester, Boston,
You
regional.
know why? Because Boston helps Manchester out a lot with their things. They're together with something.
Well, no,
But
not
Manchester's not together with Boston, but Boston's with them.
well. But it's like a marketing ploy, right? If just Manchester Airport, everybody in. But when they go Manchester, Boston regional, right? You
Yeah.
got the people all in northern Mass, Lowell and Fitchburg and Amesbury and Newburyport, instead of driving all
Yeah,
the
but
way
they're
to.
connected somehow with Manchester because they got some kind of policy with their flights.
Who does?
Boston has.
Boston? What? No, I don't think so, Energy Lady. Huh?
Yes.
Nah.
You find it out. You
No.
find it out. Boston does more for Manchester. Manchester can't do what Boston can do.
Well, we know that because it's not an international airport. It's just U.S.
Hey, what the heck? I just heard something flying over.
Probably an airplane or a helicopter.
Yeah, I heard it through the phone.
Oh, you can hear the traffic out here on
Yeah.
Canal Street. That's what you're hearing. It's the traffic.
It sounded just like a plane.
It might have. I'm not paying attention, but seeing it since you said it, I can hear the traffic. And before we went on the air, I was mentioning to Scott about, wow, the traffic's loud. So that's what you're hearing.
Yeah. So nevertheless, you are going to have a good time on your trip.
Well, that's the plan. That's the plan. I'm staying in a 4-star hotel, and I got naturally no different than anywhere else. But they say pickpockets there are more prevalent because the inflation was like 100% a year or two ago, right?
Yeah.
So I bought one of those. It goes around your neck, but it's a wallet that goes inside your shirt. And then I bought those.
I thought he was talking about a medical alert.
No, just a regular wallet. And then I bought a pair of like those, I don't know, jogging pants or hiking pants. It feels like plastic, but all the pockets have zippers on them, so they can't, they'll have to unzip
Don't
it.
you fill them up, you're going to be weighted down.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to fill them up. I'm not going to fill them up.
Okay. I thought you put a couple of beers here and there and a couple of shots in the other pocket, and
Oh, right, yeah, I
change
know,
in the
nips.
back and bills in the front.
Yeah, couple of nips, I know. Wouldn't that be nice? So I'm looking forward to it, though.
That's nice.
Because I want to go to the balcony where Eva Peron talked to the masses.
Yeah.
Right, I want to see that. They have the widest avenue in the world. I want to see that.
Wow.
Plus,
How can I ever see that, though? I was looking at my little ball the other day, and that's what I saw.
what did you see?
You going places.
Yeah, see, well, you said the mountains, so I'll be flying over the mountains anyway. I know.
Well, you'll see them.
Right.
That's going to be awesome.
I agree with you. It is going to
You
be
feel
awesome.
like you're right on top of them when you're looking down at them.
Right, I know. I hope they're not that high that I don't feel like,
That's
we're
gonna be
going to
beautiful.
scrape the top.
Wow.
I take off from Logan at like, I don't know, 3 in the afternoon or something like that. And I go from here to Panama City, Panama. And I think I'm there for an hour and a half or 2 hours, which is fine, because I think down there it's like 7.5-hour flight. So I'll be glad to get off the plane. And then from there to Buenos Aires is another 6, imagine.
Wow.
So
when you get there, pick up a little stone or something.
well, we'll see what they have for, whatever, but I'm going to be
Even
looking
if you
for.
find it on the ground or somewhere
Well,
where you travel.
That's true. That's true. I know. Hey, what's up with the birds? What's up with the birds? There you go. Look at that.
Can you hear them?
Yeah, I can.
That's me.
I know it's I know it's you. You're pretty talented. You get see that? Yeah. Imagine. I know.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, I do. Hey, what does I got the number 27 if that has any significance.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what I see there. So, anyway, listen, I didn't even get to I have to clarify. Well, I can tell. I don't know if did you watch last week?
Some of it, yes.
Did you watch the beginning? What the interesting facts about cement?
Yes.
Well, I have to make a correction.
I know how it gets hard.
Right, after you put water in it. But when I
and
said...
you got to be careful for the powder that goes in the air, because if that gets in your lungs, it'll make your lungs hard.
Well, that's
and you got to
the
wear
cement.
a safety mask.
That's the cement. And it's... What I said was how I came up with that idea. I looked out my window and saw a cement mixer, but it's not a cement mixer, those big trucks. It's a concrete mixer.
Yeah, that's concrete.
Because the cement, right. So I stand correct. And that's only because an Elk brother, he sells concrete for a living, and he's the one who pointed it out. I said, oh, I'll have to correct myself today. So there you go.
That's okay.
Right. I
knew all about the cement.
How did you know all about it?
Why? Because we used to work with cement.
Did you?
Yeah, you mix it and stuff if you want to patch different things around your property.
Well, that's true. My father was real good with it. He put in a walkway in front of the house and stuff like that.
And plus the fact I used to see it at the Elliott when they repaired stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
All different things, not only cement, a lot of other different things.
Yeah. Hey.
Asphalt and all this stuff. You got to be careful with all that.
Right. Now, just before I let you go, this is just one other thing now. Who's been talking about this, it's sort of like they sort of dying to get from where they're going to move on, and it's sort of weighing them down, shall we say, but tell them not to worry. They'll see the opening soon, and they can't miss it. They're not going to be able to miss it when it comes. So tell them just to hold on just a little longer, and they're going to see just the right direction to go.
Uh-huh.
So there you have it. Anyway, let me go, because look at the time already, and I didn't even do my inspirational quote yet, Energy Lady.
Oh, see that? You talked to me for a while because you haven't seen me and you missed me
I
so much.
did. I know. I was saying, what happened? So
I really been trying to get a hold of you, though, and I hit Gina, and then I hit Mr. Whippy, and this, and Mary.
Mary,
and this one and that one. I just haven't been able to get a hold of you.
All right. I'm glad you made it through today.
Okie dokie. Glad to talk to you. God bless. Happy, healthy, and strong, and all the happy stuff.
All right. And
catch you later.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. All right. Donna, finally, after a month, after she kept persevering, she made it through. So, without further ado, why don't we get to the inspirational fact? I cleared myself about last week. It wasn't a cement mixer that I saw drive by when I looked out the window. It was a concrete mixer. There you go, Cloggy. That was for you, so you know I'm on the right track now. All right. Anyway, for the inspirational quote, here we go. The only way that we can live is if we grow. The only way that we can grow is if we change. The only way that we can change is if we learn. The only way we can learn is if we are exposed. And the only way that we can become exposed is if we throw ourselves out into the open. Do it. Throw yourself. And before I say the name, it's like C period, Joy Bell, one word, Joy, capital Bellc period. So C, Joy Bell C. And I'll read it once more. The only way that we can live is if we grow. The only way that we can grow is if we change. The only way that we can change is if we learn. The only way we can learn is if we are exposed. And the only way that we can become exposed is if we throw ourselves out into the open. Do it. Throw yourself. So, let's face it. In other words, we're all vulnerable, but, we all are. So, hey, sort of, throw that to the wind. We all have to take, I'm going to say chances, right? Don't be afraid to take a chance. If, life is built from taking chances. You don't take chances. You stay in the very same spot day in and day out, year after year after year. Not much fun, kind of boring if you ask me. So every day, get out there, do something different, do something you wouldn't normally do, whatever. All right, there you have it. Before we get to the interesting fun facts, they're not long, but there's 20 of them today, all right? So some of them are kind of very interesting, which I didn't know. So here we go. The interesting fun facts today are about wine. How did I pick wine? Because I drink wine. And I'll tell you the story how I started drinking wine. I usually drank, should I tell them? All right. I always used to drink vodka or beer. I don't mix. Anyway, and I have an enlarged prostate. So, needless to say, guess who would wake up, thank God, only once during the night to tinkle? Moi. All right, but anyway, so then, this is 2, 3, 4 months ago maybe, I would go out with a good friend of mine now. I work with her, Susan. She would always drink wine, or even after work, for our after shift drink. She would drink wine, so I don't know why, I was just in the mood for wine. So I had a glass of wine, and lo and behold, I didn't wait. I slept through the whole night without having to get up to go pee. So I've been drinking wine now, like I said, for about 3 or 4 months, and I probably maybe wake up maybe twice a month. And that's only if, I have, we'll say, 3 or 4 glasses, which sometimes I do. And, when I finish, we'll say, the last one right before I go to bed. But other than that, so I've been sort of leaning on wine more. I hope my brain doesn't turn into jelly from drinking all the wine. But anyway, that's how we got this. The interesting fun facts today are about wine. All right. Well, we all know what they used to make, right? So this is just to start it off, I guess. All right. Interesting fun fact number 1: grapes are the most planted fruit all over the world. I never knew that. I thought there were more oranges in Florida to make up fruit all over everywhere. All right, get this. I never knew this one. Pay attention. A ton of grapes can be produced into, it says 0 bottles of wine, but I know it's 70 because my keyboard, you hit the 70, it doesn't always come out. So a ton of grapes can be produced into, I'm going to 7, it's got to be more. Here we go. I'm going to have to, I'll check that in a minute. Maybe it is 70. I don't know. We'll see. I'll check it though, and pardon me, sorry. All right, interesting fun fact number 3. And by the way, when I check this over, all I look is, if the word's misspelled, it's in red, it gets a red underline, but, so needless to say, I didn't notice that. Interesting fun fact number 3. To quench their thirst, people drank wine instead of water centuries ago. During that time, water wasn't clean all the time, and natural fermentation, when the wine is made, could kill germs caused by typhi, T-Y-P-H-I, salmonella, and cholera. All right, interesting fun fact number 4. Apparently, I never knew this, some people have a fear of wine, and it's called oenophobia, O-E-N-O phobia. So however you say that. Interesting fun fact number 5. During the early Roman times, it was forbidden for women to drink wine. Signs of Islam. Wives who were caught by their husbands drinking wine could be killed if caught in the act. I think they got that from a Muslim place. Imagine getting murdered for drinking wine. Who else would do that? Satan worshipers. Hate. It's called hate. All right. Interesting fun fact number 6. There's another one, and I never even crossed my mind to think like this. Interesting fun fact number 6. Women are more susceptible to the effects of wine than men are. It's partly due to biology, as women have fewer enzymes in the stomach lining required to break down alcohol. See that? Now I know. So instead, I'm going to have to shut women off quicker than I shut the guys off after reading this. Interesting fun fact, and I'm not going to hold up numbers because there's 20 of them today. It's too many. Interesting fun fact number 7. In ancient Greece, the host of dinner would take the first sip of wine to assure that the wine served to guests wasn't poisoned. Who would go to dinner? Who would go to dinner at someone's house if you thought you were going to get poisoned? I wouldn't. Somebody invited me for dinner, and I thought they were going to poison me. I'd decline. Anyway, so the act of courtesy was where the phrase drinking to one's health originated. This is amazing. Interesting fun fact number 8. But no one knew this one. There are 10,000 varieties of wine grapes existing worldwide. Wow, and I probably only had 5 because I don't really see a lot of wine out there, all these different names. All right, interesting fun fact number 9. Aroma is the term for the fragrance of young wine, while mellow is for old wine. Imagine? So anyway, I'm mellow. All right, interesting fun fact number 10. Wine tasters swirl the wine in their glass to release its aromas. And they don't fill the glass more than 1/3 full so as to leave a space where these aromas can collect. Interesting fun fact number 11. A glass of good wine has a lengthy, more lingering aftertaste. See that? But what if you don't like the aftertaste? Or what if the aftertaste is nasty? All right. Interesting fun fact number 12. At a wine tasting event, it is okay to spit the wine out. When attending such events, It is acceptable to take a sip of wine and hold it in your mouth for a few seconds and then decide to swallow or spit it out. This allows the guests to taste multitudes of wine without getting drunk. All right, interesting fun fact number 13. The largest bottle of wine is the Nebuchadnezzar, capital Nebuchadnezzar. It equates to, are you ready? 20 regular sized bottles, or around 15 liters. That's a big bottle of wine. Interesting fun fact number 14. The top 3 most significant producers of wine in the world are France, Spain, and Italy. The U.S., California, ranks 4th. Are you ready? Naturally, followed by China in 5th place. Their wine must taste crap because it's so polluted over there, right? You see all these photos of China. It's like they were wearing masks way before COVID just because the pollution was so bad. All right. Interesting fun fact number 15. While China is only the 5th largest wine-producing country globally, it is the leading market for red wine. Well, look at all the people there. It's not only because of the flavor, but the red color of the wine is considered lucky in Chinese culture and is favored by the government because red wards off the dragon, the serpent, Satan. It's all the same, right? The dragon, Satan, which is who Islam, believe it or not, that's who Islam worships, Satan. Well, we know that. All right. Interesting fun fact number 16. Toasting originated in ancient Rome when they retained Greek traditions. It's derived from dropping a piece of toasted bread in wine to soften bitter tastes. All right. Interesting fun fact number 17. Wine had been previously kept in goatskin bags. The Englishman Sir Kenelm Digby, 1603 to 1665, invented the dark green wine bottle as we all know today. Interesting fun fact number 18. The 3 most prominent types of wine are the Italian Cavit, the Chile Conca e Toro, and the Australian Yellowtail. I see that everywhere. Interesting fun fact number 19. Wine is made with grapes, you know that, but not with the typical table grapes that can be bought at the supermarket. And finally, last but not least, etiquette and hey, just so all you, when you go to this formal banquets, you'll know. Interesting fun fact number 20. There is a right and a wrong way to hold a wine glass. Imagine that. The proper way to hold it is by the stem so that the hand does not warm the glass and increase the temperature of the wine. So there you have it, everyone. Now we know how to drink wine and all the other neat stuff about it. There you have it. So let's see. With that, we can, well, I want to talk just a real quick about finally Super Tuesday yesterday. I thought it was pretty good. And of course, I'm glad today Ms. Haley dropped out of the race, which is good, you know, because it was a joke. I don't know why she stayed in. They're even telling her they're voting for her because they can't stand Trump because, you know, I know you might not like the way he talks. He's outspoken. He's kind of crass in the way he says things. None of us are perfect. Anyway, they have the nerve to even tell her to her face they're going to vote for her because she can't beat Biden in a head-to-head. But yet she stayed in. I don't know if you can hear all that motorcycles out back. It's a nice day. It's the only thing about here. You can hear the traffic outside. It's a busy intersection here. Anyway, so I'm glad that she dropped out, but I don't know if it's true. You know, you hear all this stuff, right? She won Vermont yesterday, but I heard, I don't know if it's true, 59% of the votes she got were from Democrats. And, you know, they did the same thing up here at our primary, right? It was the same thing. Democrats voting for her. I don't know why somebody would insist on that, you know, Republican, you know, run as a Democrat, change your party affiliation. No big deal. So that was that. And then the other thing, because everybody, you know, the Main Street media, all these big networks, right? All the left woke government operated networks, you know, CBS, NBC, ABC, PBS, MSNBC, CNBC, right? Fox even now is getting sort of sucked into their sort of brainwashing. But, you know, and they'll all tell you there's no voter fraud. But I was just reading, and I'll bring it in because I get literature from Judicial Watch. I do donate to them. You got to stand up for something. It's a conservative sort of watchdog organization. They do a lot of good. They got all kinds of voters taken off the voters roll. And when I don't mean people that are eligible to vote, people that have died, people that have moved away. I'm talking millions and millions and millions and millions. Anyway, I'll bring the literature in next week, and I'll go over it so you know I'm not misquoting anything. But in this one, I just received something from the other day. I laughed. They brought a lawsuit against D.C. because they're not cleaning their voter list, or the proper term for it, their voter registration, right? List, which is, by the way, you know, this is what gets me, because they're DC, let's face it, if that's not woke and leftist and socialist and authoritarian and communism down there, I don't know what it is. But see, good afternoon, welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. It's the energy lady. You forgot one thing about the wine.
What did I forget?
Well, when you pour a glass of wine, you never fill it to the top. You put a little bit in, and you take the glass and you turn it around, the wine like that, and then you take a sip, and it makes it taste much better.
Right, yeah.
Because the wine is breathing.
Right, okay, so you didn't listen. Hold on. Wine tasters swirl the wine in their glass to release its aromas.
I didn't hear you.
That was interesting. Fun fact number 10. I'll read it. Pay attention. As Judge Judy says, put on your listening ears, energy lady.
Wait a minute. The only person that matters is me.
That's right.
Judge Jeff.
So, all right. Listen up. Listen to this one. Interesting fun fact number 10. Wine tasters swirl the wine in their glass to release its aromas. they don't fill the glass more than a third full so as to leave a space where these aromas can collect.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Well, well, there you go. But thank you. See, you tried
No,
it.
I know all about the wine, though. And I'm not a wine drinker, but I cook with a lot of wine and whiskey and brandy and stuff like that.
Whoa, I'm coming over your house for meals. You know
I
how
know
to
you like
cook.
your stuff. I know you do.
You know how
Oh,
to
yeah.
cook. All right.
Where do I do my corned beef? Guinness beer goes inside that one.
All right. Mmm.
Yummy,
Nice.
yummy.
Did you
with
make?
pickle and spice.
Are you gonna?
And an onion.
Wow. Are you gonna make some for the
St.
17th?
Patty's
St.
Day.
Patty's
I sure
Day.
am, and I'm going to have my Irish coffee too.
All right. You think they're gonna You think they're gonna let us keep calling it St. Patrick's Day or what?
Why?
Well,
Why not?
Well, I agree, but you know they're changing everything. You can't call it that. It's just like
And do you know what?
what?
Your shamrock originally is blue. It's not green. Look it up.
Well, wait a minute. How come around here when you look on the ground and you see the clover, it's green? It's not
Well,
blue.
the real true shamrock is blue.
I'm gonna look it up when I go home. Maybe that'll
Look it
be,
up.
maybe that will be the topic next week for interesting fun facts.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
You know, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget.
Write it down so you don't forget.
Shamrocks. And you're saying they were blue, huh?
Right.
So I guess all right. I'm putting it here, and then I wrote down blue with a question mark.
But most of the people, know it's green because they only show the green. But one time I was watching the History Channel, and they told me it was blue, and I couldn't believe it. I said, my God, I got to tell people that one.
Well, there you go, the History Channel. They're trying to change the history, right? They're telling.
No, this is way back when.
Oh,
It
well.
probably came from bluegrass.
Yeah, but they say the grass in Kentucky is blue. You go to Kentucky. I've been to Kentucky not a couple of times, and both times I've driven through Kentucky. I didn't see not one blade of bluegrass.
Well, the only thing I know that's blue is the bluegrass singers.
Right, and the only thing I know is blue is the sky. My background here, look, Norm's Friends, blue.
Well, wait a minute. Sometimes the sky could be gray. It could be a pale blue and a beautiful blue with the white clouds.
That's true, and at sunrise or sunset, it could be a nice
And then
orangey.
between it, that's what the rainbow comes.
The rainbow comes from the moisture in the air.
The moisture in the air plus the atmosphere.
Well,
It's
what do you
beautiful.
think the air is? The air is the
Atmosphere.
atmosphere. Oh no! Have you been taste testing your cooking with whiskey or something?
No, I know you've had a few.
Not me. Not at this hour. When I get home, I will. I'm gonna have a nice glass of wine or maybe two.
I know you like your gravy. That's what I call it, gravy.
All right. I do too. Wait, what do you call gravy? Do you call, when I was growing
Well,
up,
when somebody likes something, they say, oh, I love that gravy, meaning what they like. It
Yep.
could be anything.
yeah, but I told you my mother was Sicilian, but when we were growing up, when she would make the spaghetti sauce, right?
Yes,
She never called it sauce. She always said gravy. I'm making gravy.
that's right.
Yeah.
Because they put the wine in it. Mmm.
My mother
And they
didn't
used to
cook
put
wet wine.
You know what they call tomato paste?
What?
Stratu.
What?
Stratu.
Stratu?
Yes, because that there is concentrated, right?
Mhm.
Tomato paste, and you only use a teaspoon
For what?
for your sauce.
No, I use a little can. Well, depending on how much I make, I buy a
the
little
Italians
can.
used to make this stratu.
Wait, who did?
The Italians.
Well,
From Sicily. My grandmother used to make her own stuff.
when I was a kid, I used to feel my mother would make the pasta from scratch, I used to
Yeah.
feel she'd start in the morning. The poor thing, it'd take her all day to make the pasta.
That's right. She would
Right.
take a cheesecloth and she would put the flour on it, and she would put all the pieces on there, the gnocchis, and she'd make them all dry up. And then it takes a lot of eggs to do that. I did that once, and it took me forever.
She used to make she'd make the spaghetti, you know, the things. But
Yeah.
I always used to feel bad. She'd be all day making the pasta, right? All day. And then she'd cook it, right? And she'd serve it, and it'd be gone in like 5 minutes.
It's true. It's true. They did a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
My
and
grandma
how?
loved to bake homemade cookies, everything.
Well,
And she used to make her casada.
what's that? Casada.
Casada is with the lady fingers, right? And you put the brandy and stuff in it, and then you put the puddings on it, and you keep layering it and everything. And then after that, you put the whipped cream and the nuts and the cherries on top. And you only have a little piece of it because you have to build it up with lady fingers in between all that pudding.
And
And that there was a traditional thing, and a lot of people do not make that.
no, they don't.
And you
But,
only have a little piece because it's very rich.
and I forget the name of them, but I still like them. And if I see them in the supermarket, I buy them some. But what are those? They're round, right? They're like about this round.
Is it an S-like? It looks like an S?
No, it's round, but it looks like a waffle. What do you call those?
Okay. I know what those are. They're Italian things, and they're thin.
Right, yes. My grandmother used to make them, and you know what
Yeah,
else? She used to make the anise cookies with the icing and the jimmies on top.
the Anastoros.
Is that what they call it?
Anastoros is one, and Guandis is the other, and Biscottis is the other, and then the one you're talking about that looks like a waffle is flat.
Right, what's
They're
that?
very, very good, and they have different flavors today, but she used to do it with the anisette.
Right, so that's my grandmother also. With
Okay.
anisette, yep. That's
right. I know all about that. I learned it. I
Yeah.
used to have one of those things, and I don't know what I did with it when I moved.
Oh, you mean to make the waffle things?
Yeah. They come flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could buy them in a store, but they don't taste the same as what your grandmother would make.
Well, you're not kidding. I know. I used to call her Nana.
Now, the Guandis, they used to make them and put them in the tub with the sheet and everything, and they used to put the powdered sugar on it and have it for weddings.
Wow. That's
I know
pretty
all about it.
Wow. Well, did you ever do it?
No.
Oh.
No, but I knew a lot of people that used to make it. And I knew people that made their homemade jellies,
Yeah.
and when they didn't have the canning jars, they used to put the wax on the
Yeah.
top.
Hey,
And they used to boil the apples and everything with the skins. And why are you leaving the skins? He says, because that's where the color goes into the jelly.
see that? Wow. Amazing.
So I know a lot about stuff.
You do. You do, but you gotta make me something with whiskey. You said you cook with whiskey. I want one of these whiskey dishes.
Whiskey. More like whiskers.
There you go. All right. Listen, thanks for calling back.
Go to Tripoli's.
Go to what?
Tripoli's in Lawrence.
What is this?
It's a bakery, Italian bakery. They have every single thing you could think of. They got your Guandis. They got those little things that you were talking about that look like waffles.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
They
go there.
They have all kinds of cookies.
Cause I
You can
haven't.
look it up in your line, and they'll tell you where it is.
All right, I will because I really haven't seen. Not that I don't go online looking, but I haven't seen
God.
really any Italian bakery up here.
That's the biggest one, right? Tripoli's in Lawrence. Then
Okay.
they got one in Methuen. Then they got one down the beach. But the best one is in Lawrence.
All right, I'll have to check
I
it
grew up
out.
with that place when I was a kid.
I
There's
know
only
that-
one old timer living.
Well, I know where Lawrence is. Believe it or not.
And they also make the homemade pizza, and it is good.
My grandmother.
The real way.
My grandmother, she used to make pizza also.
Yeah, and their pizza's only with sauce and cheese.
That's right.
None of this other stuff. That's
No.
what they make, and you can even buy it frozen.
Get out.
They have the bakery there, and they have
Yeah.
the pizza place there.
Wow.
So try it sometime.
Well, I will.
It's called Tripoli's in Lawrence.
Yeah, 'cause I love pizza, and especially that. I remember my grandmother used to make it.
Yeah,
The
Google
thick-
it, right?
Yeah.
Google it and say Tripoli's in Lawrence, and then they'll tell you where it is.
I'll have to
All
check
right.
it out. Thank you. See that? You're amazing today. Look at all you taught me today in 20 minutes. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. I can do a lot lot in 20 minutes, believe me. It's
I know.
on Common Street in Lawrence.
All right. See that even makes it easier. I'll find it. All right.
Okay, well, God bless again and good night.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See, I'm glad she called back because look at all I just learned now about the energy lady, all these fancy recipes. All because she wasn't paying attention. Maybe that's what she's making, one of her whiskey recipes or vodka recipes or beer recipes or wine recipe dishes. Who knows? Imagine. Anyway, so we don't have a whole lot of time left. And like I said, next week we'll have the most underrated artist east of the Mississippi, Anthony Williams. He'll be here. He'll bring some art with him to show us, explain what it is. And of course, naturally, always interesting conversation when he's on. So you won't not to worry about me going on about whatever. He'll be here to focus it more. So anyway, where were we? I remember where I was. We were talking about like the government-controlled networks will tell you there's no such thing as voter fraud. But this is just, and I told you I'm going to bring the article in next week because it's not just D.C., but in D.C., their voter rolls is 131% of the voting age population in D.C. So figure that out. What's with this other 31%? But like I said, the government-controlled networks will tell you no such thing as voter fraud. Hey, I don't care. You're not going to explain it away. Don't tell me that extra 31% aren't voting. I'll put money that they are. So I'll bring that in next week. I may not get to it, though, because I'll be having a guest. But anyway, and naturally, there's other cities and or states with the same thing. So, and as a matter of fact, while I was waiting, because we got here early, I went on my trusty iPhone, all right? And I read, actually, because I don't want to take a photo of myself, because they do send me emails when they sort of, it's random. I don't know how often I get them. I don't really pay attention, but I just happened to get one from them before we went on the air here. And what were they saying there? They just brought a lawsuit against the state of Illinois for the same thing, not cleaning up their voter register, their voter rolls. So, like I said, we'll get the proper term. But anyway, which is, but again, it's a violation of the Voting Rights Act. But, they can do it because they're leftists and they're anti-American, and so it doesn't matter. And the other thing, I didn't read the article, but I sort of read the headline. The New York Times, I guess they did some op-ed, a story or something about why would regular citizens want to oversee vote counting. Well, it wouldn't be because, we'll say like in Philadelphia, they tell everybody they're going to stop counting ballots, and then they send everybody home, and when they get back, it will ever say, 6, 7, 8 hours later, all of a sudden there's, they found not only the 657,000 vote deficit that Biden had behind Trump, but now that he's even ahead by 100,000 votes. So they can't understand why people want to, be able to watch, which people get out there and demand that because, you know, I don't hate to say it, because if people don't demand fairness and don't demand transparency with the elections, you're not going to have a fair election just like last time. You know, they'll have people there. So, and of course, we'll just say, like, you know, in California, when are we going to find out about, you know, their polls? When are we, like, they voted yesterday. How long is it going to take them to count all these votes? A month? I mean, they're pathetic out there, but, you know, you got to demand. People got to be out there and demand, and, you know, I want to see what's going on. I want to know what's going on. That's the only way to, you know, tell these leftists, anti-American, that, you know, enough is enough is enough. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing all over again. But knock on wood, no COVID this year, so there's no, you know, everybody doesn't get a mail-in ballot, although probably in some states they still do regardless. They send them all out. Excuse me. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot of time left, so guess who's going to start packing up? Well, we didn't get to go over any of the Constitution today, but hey, it happens. All right. So we got that. And again, one more time, next week we have a guest. So there for a change, like the first time in a month, because I know the last show at the old studio was Rick R. from the Derry Salem Elks Lodge. By the way, speaking of Derry Salem Elks Lodge, if anyone out there wants a fantastic breakfast, great food, you got a nice size serving, all the ingredients are fresh, and the people are volunteers, so that's why you get it for such a fantastic price. By all means, head down there from 8 to 11 every Sunday. Good breakfast. Again, you support a good cause. They donate a lot of money for all kinds of different causes. They give out scholarships. They help school kids. They have, for Christmas, they have a kids thing. They give away all kinds of nice things to the kids. So go help them out. You'll be doing a world of good. And you'll feel fantastic about it. Anyway, tomorrow, same time, 5 to 6, Cruising with Mary. Check it out. I don't know whether she's got guests or not. Who knows? I'm not going to be there because I'm working tomorrow night. Poor me. There you have it. And right after me is Rock, Paper, Hand Grenades. They always have a fantastic show. Check them out. You always learn something with them. And you'll never know what you're going to hear from them. And so seeing it again, I'm David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338, biffid@yahoo.com. Text, email, call, whatever. You have any comments, questions. Again, like I said, you want to talk about a certain subject, you want to know about a certain area, let me know. Be glad to help you out. And in the meantime, until next week, please remember 2 things. 1, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. And more importantly, you are a winner.